Hey everybody, Matthew here from MiniWargaming.com, here with another Ravaged Star update. Last week we were at Adepticon and oh my goodness, that was so much fun. We got to meet so many of you. So many people came into demo games of Ravaged Star. We just talked to people, we got excited with people, we sold a lot of our old Veil Touch stuff and new Steel Spectre stuff, which we have another GameFound campaign coming up for that soon to get you physical copies of the new Steel Spectre faction as well. So this video I want to go over a few updates. Off the top of my head, I want to show you the new packs for the 2-player starter sets that came from the factory, which makes me feel that we actually are close, because it almost feels unbelievable that this will ever be done. But I'm starting to see things and have things in my hands, so I'm starting to believe that this could actually come to pass. And I want to talk about tariffs that have now been put into effect and how that is going to impact Ravaged Star. And I also want to talk about going to retail. We have a lot of people excited about that, including a lot of retailers who approached me at Adepticon wanting to stock Ravaged Star. So I want to talk about those things. Let's start with the exciting stuff, and we'll talk about the more annoying stuff after that. So at Adepticon, we received these from the factory. I think they showed up like a week before Adepticon, but I got to see them for the first time at Adepticon. So what are these? Well, these are the blister inserts, or whatever you call them, the plastic inserts in the 2-player starter sets for the Amari, Gorkog, and Veil Touched. So I'm very excited. There's Siege of Ankar, Mechanical Mayhem, and the other one's escaping my... No, it's not massive. Oh my goodness, I don't know why I can't remember it now. Siege of Ankar is Gorkog versus Amari. Mechanical Monstrosities is Veil Touch versus Amari, and then there's Veil Touch versus Gorkog, which my brain for some reason can't remember the name of, because I just have numbers right here. Anyways, I don't have all of the PVC models in them, because some of those are duplicates and other ones we just have elsewhere in the building somewhere. But the point is that we were receiving these to approve them for final production. But I want to show you some really cool stuff. I'm going to start with the most cool. Is it bad to start with the most exciting and then work your way back from there? So in this box, we've got a big old Apocalypse, which is the Veil Touch tank. Now I want to kind of show you what you're going to get when you open these boxes. So almost everything is in PVC. The bigger tanks are in an ABS, so they do have a different feel to them, but they look and feel great. This is more like something that you'd see terrain made out of, but because the vehicles are pretty much these big blocky things, they can use ABS, which helps to lower costs and just make some really cool stuff. So you can see how pre-assembled it already comes, so you don't have to do all the assembly, and then you get this really fun stuff like you get to just pop the weapon on top of it. Look at that. Pretty nifty, right? I don't know if I have the Skyfire side. I know we had it, but it's somewhere in the building because we just came back. Oh, it's right there. So here's a fun thing. You do not need to magnetize it. You don't need to choose between these two because it just slots right in there. And it's pretty well in there. Like obviously if I shake it, oh, actually it's really well in there. Then it'll come out maybe. And so if you want to have the Skyfire variant, the missile launchers, you can just paint them both up and decide which variant you want to play with. Unfortunately, you can't have both. You'd have to buy another one of these, which right now only comes in these boxes. So just to kind of give you an idea of assembly, so you get to choose between one of these two front things, and everything snug fits right in there. So that front thing, you don't even have to glue it. You could just not glue it if you wanted to. Let's see if I can even get all the parts right here. Let's just put that out of the way. So we got the side sponsons. It just clicks on right there. The other one clicks on the other side. And we've got this little hatch right here, and then we got some of the side weapons. Now some of these you're going to want to magnetize in there. Oh, hold on, I should have put that in first. That one just snug fits. So it's like the stub cannons. I'm going to see if you actually do need to magnetize any of it. We got this little piece that comes in the front. Which way does it go? No, definitely the other way. That just pops in there. That one I would probably glue on because it comes out. And where are the other cannons? Oh yeah, here's the big fat side sponsons that are the flamers. Okay, that one I'm gonna definitely want to glue because it doesn't quite stay in. But it fits, it just doesn't, unless I have it on the wrong side. Hold on. Nope, I had it on the right side. So it just doesn't quite snap fit in. Whew. Like I said, glue that part on. We'll get this awesome demonstration I'm doing right here. I'm actually playing with it for almost the first time. We were so busy at Adepticon. But that just goes right there. Those ones aren't really options anyways. They're always on. So there's no reason not to just glue them on in there. So, and the fun part is, this can double as a way to carry your army because, and this is maybe why you wouldn't want to glue this part on, you can just pop everything right back in there. And so, now some of them are going to do better than others because once you assemble some of the vehicles, they might not be able to fit in here. But a lot of the other miniatures will be able to. So you can see all the different miniatures in there, minus a few. Got to pop on the arms for the diplomats there. But that one is cool. I love that big tank. And, oh, what else do we got that's really neat? Okay, so let's look at some Gorkog for our Gorkog fans. So, we got our Macedon. That's a big bad boy. Just nice. I love the PVC. It's like, it's heavy enough, but not too heavy. And then we got our transport for the Gorkog as well, spewing out the grudge. Let's see if I can put him back the right way. Nope. Aha, there we go. I figured it out. I'm so smart. Then of course there's a lot of Veil Touch stuff in here, including the characters and the new jump pack guys, the shredders. And let's see, what else do we have here? That's more Veil Touch. Oh, here's some more Gorkog with our plasma spitters and plasma retchers. I know I'm not giving you a super close-up look of all these, but they look fantastic and they feel fantastic. And they're in that final PVC, which is very durable. Oh, we got our bikes. Those look awesome. I love just the fact, I know there are some of you that wish that they didn't come pre-assembled because you like doing all the kit bashing, but the vast majority of people that we talk to and have polled want things pre-assembled, and I would definitely be on that list. It also means that when we do make an official starter set, and I don't mean like these massive 2-player starter sets, but I mean more something in the range of $100 to $120, the fact that the things come pre-assembled will just make that starter set super awesome. And so we're actually already looking at that, but we're just starting to look at how we can make that happen. And the nice thing is we don't have to make any new molds for it, but we do have to make new inserts in a new box. So we're looking at all that as well. Anyways, I got tons of those here. This really helped me feel even better about this project because I don't like the delays. I don't like that it's taking longer than we thought it would take. But getting this in my hands is just, it's like physical proof that the process is moving forward and not just pictures of stuff, which was already proof. But yeah, anyways, this is my first real game being published. Like we had the Veil Touch stuff and they came out and that was really cool. But this is different. I've been really involved in this project, making the rules for it, and I'm in love with it so much. So I want it to happen, and I want it to happen like something fierce. Which brings up the next subject, which is tariffs. Now, I'm not going to get political here. I realize we're probably going to get some negative comments in there, not necessarily against us, but because this always causes, well, a lot of negative feelings. But the U.S. government did just impose tons of new tariffs on pretty much every country in the entire world. And China being one of them, and that's where these are being manufactured. And so how does that affect you? Well, unfortunately, right now as it stands, when that boat of Ravaged products goes from the Chinese factory to the various fulfillment centers, one of the fulfillment centers is in the States for all of our Americans and Canadians who did back it. And when it goes to the port, we would have to pay, I think it's the 34% is what they've imposed on China at the moment, 34% tariff. Now it's on the manufactured price, but that still is a very large number. I think my estimate right now would put it in the tens of thousands of dollars. We don't have an exact number yet, I haven't crunched it, but it would be very high. Now the thing is, it might not even be an issue because the ongoing situation with tariff changes so often. Like over the past 3 months, there's been so much uncertainty back and forth of what is going to be tariffed and how much. I can't imagine, I really don't want to get political here. Obviously, I don't like them. I'm Canadian and don't want the United States to go to a trade war with the rest of the world. And whether you agree or disagree with it, the fact of the matter is it's going to hurt Ravaged Star if they stay in place, because that's a lot of money and we can't afford to pay them, which means we either A, have to pass it on to the American and Canadian purchasers. That will have to be like, hey, here's an additional shipping cost that we have to add on based on the value of what you purchased, or we need to do some other fundraiser to raise the amount that we need to. And the problem is we don't know the amount we have to raise because the tariffs could change up or down at any given moment. And so let's say we had to raise $50,000 and then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, we're gonna bump up the tariff to 50%. I was like, well, now we need $60,000 or $70,000 in order to cover it. So it's very frustrating, obviously for everybody, for us, because we just wanna get Ravaged Star out to the world. And obviously frustrating for you guys because that means an increased cost for you. Now, if you're in Europe or UK or Australia, then this is not going to really affect you, other than the fact that it's affecting us and that can hurt future Ravaged Star products because we are not flush with cash. Let me just put it that way. This project has done very well. I think it's at 1.6 million right now, including shipping costs. But like, we haven't actually made any money from it yet. It's all gone into molds, it's all gone into production, it's all gone into advertising, it's all gone into lots of things. And so yeah, so it hurts because we are not a very rich company. So I don't know what we're gonna do. We have several ideas. For example, we are going to be telling you all about the Steel Spectres GameFound campaign that we're gonna be launching soon. But that's not for something new. Like, we've had the STLs out for these already, so if anybody with a 3D printer could be already printing those. But there are a lot of you that don't have 3D printers, and if you're interested in that, I wish I had a link for you right now, but just having got back from Adepticon, we don't have the page up yet. We're hoping to have it up maybe next week, because we want to launch it like this month. We've been talking about it for a while, but we really need to get it launched. And so we're going to be doing that on GameFound, not on Kickstarter, because we've talked to GameFound and they're fine with us doing that, even though we have the existing Ravaged Star campaign that's not yet fulfilled. And the reason they're okay with that is because, well, one, they see a proof of production that we're actually in the process of it. And two, or three reasons, I guess. Two, they know us and they trust us as Mini Wargaming because we've been around a long time. And we did do the Veil Touch and fulfill that. We have done other Kickstarters and already fulfilled them. So we have proof that we can do this. And then number three, it is a 3D printed product. So it's not going to interfere in the least with the manufacturing that is being done in China, because the same manufacturer, E-Star, that is doing our miniatures there and the Ravaged Star stuff will not be touching the Steel Spectre stuff, because we're going to be doing all 3D printed. The profit margins aren't quite as high when you do 3D printed, but you don't have any upfront costs really of molds and packaging and all of that. And so it's a bit of a trade-off depending on the volumes that you do. So we need to do pretty well in that campaign in order to cover all these additional costs. There's a lot of additional shipping costs, there's a lot of additional production costs that we didn't anticipate. And so we're hoping that the GameFound campaign for the Steel Spectres will do very well, and then that'll just kind of give us the capital that we need. And by very well, I mean like 6 figures. Even though like the goal that we'll put there will be far below that, because we don't need a lot in order for the campaign to break even, because we're just printing on demand. The actual goal in my head will be more in the range of like at least $150,000 to $200,000, if not more. And that's going to be tough, because obviously it's only really of interest to people who are into Ravaged Star. You guys are still waiting for your stuff. You've already paid for stuff and you're waiting for it. And so I totally get it. I am right there with you. Thankfully, I can say the nice positive thing about Adepticon is that everybody who came to the booth who was like, hey, where's my stuff? They were all very positive. There weren't any who were yelling at us and screaming at us or saying, oh, it's all a big scam, or blah, blah, blah. They're all just like, yeah, I just want it. And they understood that these production delays do happen. So between that, that's just it. The tariffs, if we can't figure that out soon, it might delay when we can ship from China, because I just don't know. So you know what you can do? Leave a comment below in the video, or if you're watching this on the GameFound update, then leave the comment below. What do you think we should do? What's the best approach? Especially if you're an American or Canadian, and this will directly impact you because the stuff is being imported to the States and then shipped to you. What do you want us to do? Because it's not like we can just let it get to your doorstep and then you pay it. It's going to be when it gets imported to our fulfillment centers. So now the third thing, a little more exciting, is retail. So we've already landed a really good distributor that is Wayland Games. They're going to be taking care of Europe and UK. And they've also got I don't know if it's a partner or if it's their subsidiary or whatever happens to be in the States as well. But their presence is really big in Europe and the UK, and it's just kind of getting going in the States. And so what we're trying to do, at Adepticon, I talked to 3 different distributors who are all interested in carrying Ravaged Star. But the one thing that can really sell them on it is if there's a ton of retailers who want to stock it, because that's just easy. If you go to them and say, here's 200 retailers who have signed up and said, we are interested in stocking Ravaged Star, then all of a sudden it's like a slam dunk for a distributor. If it's more than that, even more so. And so what we've done is I've already started this in the Discord for Ravaged Star, but I could use your help as well. I'd like to enlist you guys as an army to get Ravaged Star into as many stores as possible. So the way that you can do this, and I'll provide links below to a couple things. One is a Google form that retailers can go to fill out their information. That this information shows that they're interested. It doesn't commit them to anything, but it shows that, yeah, I'm interested in carrying Ravaged Star. And then we can share that information with distributors. So that information will be shared. And it does say that, we will share this with third parties, specifically distributors, so that they can in turn contact those retailers and get pre-orders or whatever they need to do in order to really move forward. So if you are a retailer that is watching this and you're interested in stocking it, then just go right to that link and click it, you're good to go. I'm also providing a nice one sheet thing that shows the 3 starter sets, because it's wave 1 that you want to show them that they want to purchase. Also, if you're a retailer and you just want to stock it, then email me directly, Matthew@miniwargaming.com, and what we can do is you can place an order through GameFound, and then I'll just refund you the difference to get you down to the retailer price, and that way you can get at least an initial stock, and that'll come to you sooner, and then you can do restocks through the distributor as well. But if you want to have Ravaged Star in your store, then please go to them and talk to them about your passion. Show them if you have existing Veil Touch models or 3D printed Steel Spectres, or you can show them the page, the one little PDF that I'm going to supply right below, or you can send it to the GameFound and just tell them all about Ravaged Star and how there is a lot of people behind it, and that Mini Wargaming is behind it. So we're going to be promoting it a lot more, especially now that we're back from Adepticon. We're going to be doing regular battle reports and lore videos and all sorts of other stuff to really get this going. We're just ready to take this to the next level because we're so close to actually delivering it. And if you can tell them that if they go and fill out that Google form, that would be of absolute high value to us, then I would be so appreciative. That would make all the difference in the world to us. So that's a fun thing, because I've already got a lot of retailers signed up for that, and love even more, because I'd love to go to those distributors with a nice big list. And by the way, that's for anywhere in the world, not just for North America. If you're a retailer anywhere, sign up, because then we can pass that on to Wayland Games if it's in Europe or UK, or if it's somewhere else, then we might be able to use that to convince a distributor in your local area to stock Ravaged Star as well. Because we don't plan on doing it direct from us, because we're in Canada, and that would just be a logistical nightmare to get that stuff to you as well. So we'd rather go through distributors, really, because it just makes life easier for everybody and makes it easier for retailers, makes it better for distributors, makes it better for us all around. Anyways, so I know that was a long ramble, but I'm very excited for this. Adepticon always gets me fired up, and just meeting everybody and watching the demos, such positivity. Everybody who demoed it, pretty much, not everybody obviously, but the vast majority of people who demoed it really liked it. And many of them walked away with either Veil Touch or Steel Spectres, some of the stuff that we were able to bring to Adepticon. So we were very excited about that. So stay tuned for more updates. Again, leave questions or comments below, whether you're watching this on YouTube or you're on the GameFound page. Thank you so much. Happy wargaming.